Hold on, it's doing a thing. Hold on. Good morning, guys. I'm very, very happy to be here with you as I set up my live stream. We are at Decks of Abundance. We are a circle. It's 8 a.m. Central Time, 2/24/26, Tuesday. And I do want to bring attention to our date on Thursday, which is the next time I'll be reading for you guys. And that will be for the Mystics Roundtable, a space for divination and discovery, 8 a.m. Thursday. And the date, 2/26/2026. So if you add a 0 for the second placement, so instead of just 2 for the month, we put 02. So 02/26/2026. Pretty interesting date if you're thinking about anything special. All right, let's begin reading. I'm so glad you guys are with us today. This is Willow Root Tarot. You have found us on YouTube, which is the platform you're viewing this video on, most likely. You can also catch me live on Meetup under Willow Root Tarot and Dallas Tarot Club. You can also watch me on a sharecast if you have Marco Polo and you want to search me up. Willow Root Tarot. All right, let's see what we have. We are going to be kicking off our readings this morning, as I normally do, with Seasons of the Witch. And this is the Imbolc Oracle. All right. There's 8 of these decks because there's 8 pagan holidays that I'm aware of, and we celebrate them all through the decks, or however you'd like to. Whatever rituals or behavioral patterns you wish to partake in, go for it. All right. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, don't hurt yourself, don't hurt others. Seasons of the Witch, Imbolc. Oopsies. So I did have a few cards jump out. I don't use jumpers, which is what is a fairly common term. You shuffle, 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 shuffle. You might even see readers who shuffle like they're having an epileptic fit. It's for the cards to fly out. And when they jump out, they're called jumpers. And that's what some readers choose to read. And that is awesome. I just prefer to not do that. It is not a right or a wrong thing. It's not a strength thing. It's a personal choice thing. All right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and see what deck we know what deck we got. We've got Keening, 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 and we have a photo. No, we don't. We have a picture illustration. And you can get much closer shots if you yourself, you can probably find it online, Seasons of the Witch. This is Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz. And this particular deck was illustrated by Tajana Lukovic. All right, so we have Keening, and this is card 29. A personal habit I have is to add the numbers if there are numbers on the card itself. 29, 2 plus 9 is 11. That's next year. That's 2027. Because if we take 2027 and add it together, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 7 it's 11. It comes out to 11. Just add it up. It comes out to 11. That's the energy of next year. In this year, 2026, we sit in the energy of the number 10, because 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 2 more is 4, plus 6 is 10. So if we add up the numbers of the date, we'll get 10 for 2026. And 10 has its own autonomous value as a number. But if we look at this in terms of the major arcana in tarot, we look at the Wheel of Fate, the Wheel of Fortune. You can call it either. You may have a cute little nickname, that damn thing rolling down the road. Call it whatever you want, but it's coming for you, and we're sitting in it. Hugs. Okay, so it's all good. We're just looking at what that energy might be and how it's going to lend itself to this particular card in this particular moment for this particular read. And the card itself says, hold on for just a moment in time, acknowledging before release and liberating what needs to be freed. Just like manifestation, bitches, we want to bring it in, but we also need to let that shit go. Now, while I don't actually do this ever, I don't think it's like necessarily like a bad idea. But I have heard people say when they go buy something, they release something from their home before they bring the new thing in. Now I've just got a ton of stuff and I like it that way. So we're good. Maximalist. But there is an idea of creating space. That flow that you're seeking is for you to find and for you to curate because it's yours. It's not someone else's. So in keening, just like manifestation, where we're trying to bring it all in, that release requires effort, clarity, and pronunciation. And the card offers this to do that, to release. Okay. Hold on for just a moment in time, acknowledging before release and liberating what needs to be freed. Like, if you just go use the bathroom and feel better, you don't really think maybe about exactly what you ate that just passed, what you drank that just freed. No, and we don't really need to, because the body, the beautiful mechanism, runs itself with the help of spirit and mind. But there are times when maybe we're thinking, when it's not quite such a robotic moment, what would I like in this moment to feel differently? I don't know. That's a big question. How would you like to feel differently? What does this moment mean to you? Is there a practice that you can create now that would work in any moment to help you settle in and understand better what it is you're asking for? Without understanding it is what you're asking for, what you desire, what you need, what you want, pretty low chances of actually fucking getting it, but possibly. Or you've got blinders on and you're just taking it all and not actually knowing what it is that you need. Hoarder, Four of Pentacles. When we manifest, we bring in, and then there's also the idea of release. Some people releasing furniture to bring in more furniture. You do what you want, but knowing what you're doing is a very good step. If you fill up 5 bags for Goodwill, do you blindfold yourself before you put your items in the bags, just filling 5 bags? Or do you take note of what it is you are releasing? Okay, you do you. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Checking the room for hands, because for those of you that are attending live, we do take questions and comments. So we're going to move to Guides of the Hidden Realms. And this is by Colette Baron Reed. I love her personality. Colette, love her personality. Let's do that one more time. Colette Baron Reed, Guides of the Hidden Realms. She painted all these. She painted all these. All right, let's go. I actually didn't like this deck at all when I first got it. And then I saw her Hay House. She publishes through Hay House, hayhouse.com, and she does webinars. And I caught one and I thought, I love her. I love this one. Love her personality. All right. And her hair. Pretty much like everything. I just like the whole package. Okay, let's look at this. Guides of the Hidden Realms. And later on, I will do personal reads in the room. Why did I say that? I don't know. Okay, the true source of power. That's what this card is called. The true source of power. And it's a big old light coming out of the forehead. Woo! And it's, oh, there's a dragon. I see a dragon. It says divine will. So these are our keywords. Divine will, integrity, power versus force. Ooh, very Vulcan for you Trekkies out there. Oh, dig me some Vulcans. All right, the true source of power. We have a person, humanoid. They're red. I don't know. Maybe people do walk around like this, but they have very heavy makeup, so they don't look red. I'd own that shit, though. That's a cool color. The true source of power, 18, card 9, which is 9. 1 + 8 is 9, and that was our energy for last year. Let's see. So we can visit. It's up to you guys. You are your own reader, okay? Even if you just love your teacher to death and you want to do everything they do, you're your own reader. So you do you, even though you can copy them all you want, because it's going to come through anyway. So just let yourself come through. Sparkle bitch. All right. We can look at this card initially for an intuitive read. Whatever it is you see, feel, hear, want, taste, go for it. talk about it. And I mean it when I say that. I have been in many situations where I say something and I'm thinking, and they're like, oh, that resonates. I'm like, okay, so the true source of power, card 18. Let's go ahead and see what the book says. I did look, y'all. I'm not really getting the intuitive on this. There's a shit ton of light language in the background for you light language readers. You might be spending all day on this one. What the fuck? Which is an intuitive language. Okay, let's go to the book. Sometimes I can spend a half an hour on a card with an intuitive portion. That's not right now. All right. When true power is expressed, it is beautiful to experience. It is not an act of self-will, but a channeling of divine will, where you are fully in service to a higher calling. It is a true surrender, a self-forgetting with access to the transformative power to make such an extraordinary change. There is a profound and simple prayer that illustrates this. Thy will be done through me. Relieve me of the bondage of self, so I may better do thy will. I surrender my will to thine. Use me as thou wilt. Amen. It reminds us that we are all here because the universe needs to experience life through us. And I'm going to just pause here. And I am going to reread that verse. And because the amen drove home a very hardcore Christian attitude, I'm a recovering Christian. I was raised in the cult. Kind of hit me a little bit sideways there. But what I would like to say is that I believe that the divine power, the will that we express, comes from within. It is not an imaginary man sitting in the sky for me. It is me. It is within me. It is me. I am. So let me reread that short passage. And instead of thinking of an imaginary man in the sky, I'm going to go ahead and say, no, Elizabeth, we are the divine bitch. All right, let's look and see. So as I speak to my body, as my body speaks to me, as Three of Pentacles, body, mind, and spirit come together, we say, thy will be done through me. Relieve me of my bondage of self, so I may better do thy will. I surrender my will to thine. Use me as thou wilt. It reminds us that we are all here because the universe needs to experience life through us, and they can do that voyeuristically. Trust in the invisible world and remember that your personal efforts or what you see in the material world are not the source of your supply. When you remember God or spirit or conscious universe or whatever name you choose for divine intelligence, including self, is the source of your supply, you are the source. You will see the synchronicities drawing forth abundance beyond your imagination. You are being invited to remember this sacred technology now. Surrender your wants, goals, and desires to a higher power and watch the miracles unfold. Keep walking and trust with all your heart. Now, all my cards, about 95%, are upright. They're shuffled upright. I will share the reverse meaning because I read reversals in their upright position. Because when the art's upside down, it's like, what the fuck is that? When it's up, I'm like, oh, that's what that is. That's not good. Over here, it's like, what? So you do you, though. You do you. So if I had drawn this in reverse, or if I had put it down and thought, oh, then that could be the reverse meaning, and it would be this, or something like this, or something that you get. We go to the book, but it's not the end all be all. In reverse, when something, someone, or an experience is withheld from us, we don't always know how to take no for an answer. ambition can take over, and we push against the closed door harder and harder to no avail. We think willpower alone can make the things arrive faster and in the exact form we wanted, which is out there. How many times have we cast spells and gotten little itty bitty bits? Not just that giant seductive basket left on our porch. We got a fucking twig. And then the next day a ribbon, then a stray bird. But it all works together. It's seductive to think you can cajole and manipulate your way through the world. But in the end, even if you get what you wanted, you'd rarely be fulfilled. You might not have a full understanding of the consequences of having it all and the responsibilities it may require. Do not chase after what is unavailable. Find an open door. The universe has been trying to show you this is not the way. Life and love do not have to be so difficult. So come here and we'll talk about that. It doesn't have to be difficult, but self-love is a real bitch. It's good though. It's fun thing to do, but oh my God, we're really taxing. Self-love, let's do it. Then it's like, I'm so tired. Steve, thank you for your patience. I see your hand. What's your share?
Well, the thing that comes to mind, uh, in our government, we have like a system of checks and balances. That is, one part doesn't become more powerful, and one checks the activity of the other. So I think your intuition or universe is a way to check and manage our ordinary ego mind, our primal mind, because it, that energy can be caught up again, and it goes, and you're caught up in something very bad. So there's nothing wrong with separated and say, no, that's not for me. That's not right. And I'm being my parent.
Mm, yes. I have a raging chaotic toddler in here. I need to parent. My teenager's on the loose. I need to parent the inner teenager. I like that, Steve. Thank you for sharing. And it made me think too, like I don't have well, I guess all my decks are a message from the universe, but I was like, ooh, universe message deck. And then I thought of our animal power deck. And I thought, what a simplistic way for the universe to speak to us through the animals it creates. All right. So humans are not a part of this deck. Thank goodness. I see those enough. Humans. Ooh, shark. Shark, shark, shark. Let's see what we get. We didn't get shark. Steve, did you say in that last, did you say that you think the energy gets caught up? Something like that? Or no, did I?
Uh, I think that's the nature of primal energy instincts, which is survival, aggression. Uh, it, it just gets going. It's just wild.
Like an
You know,
animal.
I'm sure. Have you read Lord of the Flies?
Yeah,
So what
definitely.
happened to those kids on the island without any adult authority?
Mm,
They ended up killing somebody.
mm. So sad. Yes, and it happens so fast. It's like, what's wrong with y'all? Okay, well, let's see. So I'm seeing wings because wings help to move air, which moves energy, like just in my mind. But I'm thinking, well, what type of either animal is it good to think about to help to free energy or to, if we feel have a sense of like constipated energy, how do we free that? Because the energy itself, I believe, is sentient, autonomous. It knows what it wants. It's just trying to convey it to us, to humans that are willing to listen. Now we have wolf, but I didn't actually pull that. So let's see what the card is that's coming through to help us understand the energy. And if I pull something, but you were thinking of a totally different animal, go for the animal you were thinking of. This is to everyone hearing this message. Okay. Because I'm thinking whale, because whales are super important to our planet, I believe. I believe they speak with interstellars. I don't know if they know they do, but I believe that they are in communication with interstellars. But I don't know that I'm going to get whale. But an ocean would be an excellent repository of energy. Humans with the ego thinking that I can place energy wherever I want it, like a diamond or a bag of flour. All right, let's see what we have. Well, we have hummingbird. It has wings. We actually just pulled this fucking thing. All right. So I do tend to repull. How many cards are in here? 75. And I keep getting hummingbird. I have gotten hummingbird quite a bit. Definite message there. Hummingbird, guys. So everything about a hummingbird, including if you're going, what's a hummingbird? It all matters. You're important. All right, hummingbird. It says receive the sweetness of life directly on the card. This is a gorgeous blue. This is just stunning. Hummingbird. Really, it's very pretty. And they fly while they eat, drink. They don't actually perch typically. That's a lot of how many calories are they burning? How much food do they need to eat to stay alive? My God. That's insane. They're so little. All right, let's see what it says. Hummingbird may be a small creature, but do not underestimate the power of its potent medicine. Hummingbird arrives to help you experience awe, love, and joy, and to remind you of the sweetness of life. When Hummingbird appears, it's vital that you take time to look around and see that miracles are everywhere. Pause. I do believe that. I do believe miracles are everywhere. I see them several times a day. So I definitely have some hummingbird energy. Yes, love that. Place this card in your pocket or bag. Take a walk to open your eyes to the beauty of the world and give gratitude for the endless miracles of life. You do not need to be conscious of a miracle to say thank you for miracles. Okay, guys? It's not all about you. It's about me. Kidding. Practicing gratitude is a powerful way to lift yourself out of a bad mood or break out of a rut. Bask in the beauty and sweetness that surrounds you. And if you're having difficulty in seeing that, shut your fucking eyes. It's still there. Your environment has only altered its perception, or your perception of the environment has been altered by you closing your eyes, but the environment has not changed. So no matter how many times you look around and go, can't see it, there's no beauty here, that's on you. So close your eyes and then attach to the reality around you. Use a different sense, including your clairs. What clairs might come through? You can be in a great mood and do this. You can be in a pissy mood and do this. It's totally up to you because you are you. You're your own boss. You write your own story. You build your own map. But if you shut your eyes and allow to receive and to explore what comes through, and anything that comes through is pertinent. It is important. It is you, and you are valuable. So your thoughts are valuable. All right, hummingbird, keep up those wings. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You got this. So we have on each of these cards in the deck, and I love this, an invocation. So we have an invocation to activate hummingbird medicine. We have sacred hummingbird friend, thank you for reminding me that I can always access immense joy. Teach me how to see the sweetness in everything and to keep my heart open. Ooh, okay, for psychic shielding, this is fun. Okay, so I got a little worried and was like, keep my heart open. And I was like, okay, there, let's just be a little careful. We don't want all the stuff coming in all at once because it could be a little overwhelming. Although I'm shit at shielding. I rarely do it because I always forget. However, if I had to imagine hummingbird energy around me, a little hummingbird floating near my chest, wings aflutter. That is what I started when I first started reading. I was talking about how I was picturing wings before I even pulled a card because wings send the air around, so they send the energy around. If you picture like energy as sparkles, if you change the current of air, the sparkles will go different places. Imagine a snow globe filled with a liquid, a viscous material that you put sparkles in because sparkles are wonderful. And then we shake that snow globe. It's gonna mishmash itself around in there according to how viscous the material it's sitting in, what's holding it, the container, all of that. So I'm going to imagine a hummingbird just flying around me, always protecting my heart, always keeping the current flowing. And I am not an idiot standing here blind. I am also here. I am also registering the energy around me. I am not helping myself. Ooh, owl. Didn't pull that one. Steve, go ahead.
Well, hummingbirds are also very independent and resilient. They help us, but they're in a dimension sort of by themselves. That's how they operate. Like in Peter Pan, it was a Tinkerbell. The Tinkerbell was like that,
Yeah, she was a bit of a loner. She's also a little possessive of Peter
but
Pan.
she was always full of light. She was consistent.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, let me see what time it is. Ooh, it's 8:30. All right, Steve, one more. We're gonna read one more. Oh my God. I say that, then I'm like, but those two look so good. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is the Wild and Sacred Feminine deck because I want to. A 52 card oracle and guidebook. Nikki DeWart and Elizabeth Margolin. Illustrations by Jenny Kostecki Shaw. Very pretty book. And it has, well, wait, let's get there. It has full page, color illustration. That's good, in my opinion, for a deck. Really good. That was Crone. Crone is part of the triple goddess, maiden, mother, crone. All right, so let's see what card we pull. Okay, this isn't gonna come out. Most decks have a ribbon. Maybe there's one and it just got, no, this doesn't. Okay, so I used to do box openings, so I do somewhat critique the box as well. Overall, good box. Overall, thin cardstock. Mm, got a little bit of a grip on the card, so it does not have a high gloss. If you're into jumpers, you can still get jumpers out of any deck, but the high gloss ones will give them to you faster. This is not high gloss, but you could still get jumpers out of this. It doesn't stick. It's not sticking at all. And there's no gilding around the sides. Which a lot of times that beautiful when they offer you like a metallic or a color, it's sometimes, not a lot of times, sometimes those cards will stick. I am working through a deck right now, manually pulling cards apart because really people, but unfortunately I'm also damaging some of the cards because they look thick, some of them. So I'm like, oh my God, well, let's just see if that whole rant had something to do with the Wild and Sacred Feminine deck card I'm going to pull. Confirmation bias aside, I usually do find in the card what I've been talking about while I've been shuffling, and chatting while I shuffle helps me to find the time to when I should cut the deck. It's a sensation I go on, and chatting helps me find it. Found it. Rainbow. Forgiveness. Really, rainbow and forgiveness. That's a lot of fucking forgiveness. Maybe we should just, nope, not going there. All right, so very pretty. The Wild and Sacred Feminine deck. There's no numbers. So numerologists take a nap. Just kidding. And it is alphabetical.
Well, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll keep reading. Oh, these are not alphabetical. They are alphabetical in the suit that they're in. So this will take a minute. So it's not the suit of archetypal feminine. Here, Rainbow is going to be in the suit of, hold on, Elemental Feminine. I like this deck. Okay, so like I said, full page color illustration, guys. Pretty good. Let's see what the book says. Rainbow Forgiveness. Now, sometimes when you're reading, and this is totally up to you as a reader, I do teach tarot and oracle, by the way, if you guys would like to learn. Just reach out. Okay, so Rainbow for Forgiveness. Where was I going with that? Yeah. So if your card's upside down, you're reading in reverse, upright, and reverse. And if you're ever making notes or you want to abbreviate it in some way, RX. Like prescription, like you ever seen RX on pharmacies? Anyway, it's also reverse. So if you put RX, I do a capital R with a lowercase x. Don't know if that's how you're supposed to, but that's how I do it. And that denotes a reversed card. If you're taking notes, you ever, run through a spread or something and you want to take notes, whatever. Or you see shit upside down in life and you want to note that. Let's go to the book. So I'm not sure why I'm sharing all this with you. All right. because it says in here, they call it the shadow. So it could be the reverse. You can also call it the shadow of the card. It is not the opposite of the upright meaning, but it is going to be somewhat different than the upright meaning. And in no way is one positive and one negative, okay? And also, I don't care what the book told you. If your intuition is guiding you in a certain direction, that is the correct direction for you in that moment. So Rainbow and Forgiveness. And it begins with a quote from Dilruba Ahmed. And it says, "Forgive yourself first, so you could then forgive others, and at last find a way to become the love that you want in this world." I don't even know what I'm supposed to be forgiving them for. So I have a little problem with that, but I'm good. What do y'all think? One more time with that quote before we move on to the meaning from the book. Forgive yourself first. That makes sense. What am I forgiving myself for? Or is this like a trick? Like, to forgive myself first, I'll spend the next 50 years forgiving myself and then I'll die. So I never actually have to forgive other people. Or maybe it means they don't give a flying fuck if I forgive them. Because their life is not about waiting around for me to say, "Hey, I totally forgive you for that shit you did." And they're like, "What? Who are you?" Okay, I like that. I'm gonna read it like that. Forgive yourself first, because you're the only one to forgive. So you could then forgive others. And at last, find a way to become the love that you want in this world. Yeah, I think you could be doing it all at the same time, so I wouldn't be worrying about that. But let's go on to what the book says. A card of inclusivity and fluidity. Rainbow signals that it is time to discover a larger identity for yourself. Is that what we're forgiving ourselves for living in the life that we have prepared for ourselves, kind of? Why would we forgive ourselves for that? Okay, I'm gonna do like an eraser over my brain and just start reading over. Okay. A card of inclusivity and fluidity. Rainbow signals that it is time to discover a larger identity for yourself. Step into a generous swath of perspective. Because rainbows depend on the angle that light meets water in the sky. No two people see the exact same rainbow. Everyone has their eyes set on a slightly different horizon. Rainbow points to the overarching truth that diversity or perspective is the keystone of forgiveness. In physics, all colors on the spectrum are understood to be one thing, seen at different ranges of motion. In physics, all colors on the spectrum are understood to be one thing, seen in different ranges of motion. This is getting deep. Each color implies the existence of the others. Although your vantage point may be distinct, rainbow invokes an underlying unity between us all. Oh, this is a really deep card. Ooh. With this expansive outlook, let go of past injury and misunderstanding. This is Rainbow's counsel. Rather than fixating on undesirable behavior, learn to recognize the goodness in everyone. Don't hold on to a punitive forecast of gloom. See the world through a scrim of vibrant color by forgiving yourself and asking for forgiveness. Ooh, I don't know about that one. Recognize that whatever is unresolved inside your own heart will be what you struggle to forgive in others. Recognize that whatever is unresolved inside your own heart will be what you struggle to forgive in others. If you can't remove your armor of accusation, you may be too immersed in harboring resentments. Resentment, which comes from ressentir, to re-feel. Resentment means to re-feel, means to dredge up hurt, looping it over and over through your whole being. To relinquish blame can feel crushing, but it is the crushed flower that releases its fragrance, just as light becomes more dazzling when it is bent into color. To relinquish blame can feel crushing, because if that's what's kept you afloat, even if you knew those fuckers were wrong for calling you that or saying those horrible things about you or making you, I don't think it make you feel away, but promoting your feelings, even though that they were toxic and negative, not good people. But then it says, to relinquish blame can feel crushing. Like that's what kept you afloat. That's what filled your being. And now your bones are coming in and your organs are starting to fall and you're icky there, the blood in the guts. It's all shifting around because you're creating some sort of space. You're no longer hard and rigid on the inside. You've released. You've allowed the constipation to remove itself. And now it is all flowing. It is all flowing. Toilet humor. And I didn't go there. All right, but I do love toilet humor. All right. No, but seriously. An ancient symbol of promise, Rainbow offers himself as a vision of integration. In her radiant sweep, catch a shimmering glimpse of your colorful essence. Forgiveness gives you back to yourself, restoring something profound from which you may have become separated. An atonement. You are fucking with me. All right, everybody write down the word atonement because I just saw something. Atonement means is you separate that, don't change the spelling, just add some hyphens. At one meant. Atonement, at one meant. Like, don't assume you make an ass of you and me. With your experience of the world. An atonement with your experience of the world. Out of the blue, rainbow source. A benevolent arc of beauty. Well, I added a lot of my own words to that, but that was really good for me. Very deep. And there's a lot about forgiveness that's awesome, but also I'm not going to assume I need to forgive shit. I might be okay. Now tomorrow I might be like, ooh, that might not work out that way. All right, Steve, let's go ahead and get this reading done. Oh, here, I'm trying to find the box to put the card back in. All right, so for your reading, I'm going to pull from the Cozy Witch Tarot and Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. And these are both by Amanda Lovelace. I didn't go to the Golden Future. We'll have to do that one. We do this again on Friday. We meet again Thursday live. I don't know if we're going to be recording those sessions or not. Probably not, because we're doing reads for each other. Now, I do recognize I'm doing a read here, but I did let Steve know that we would still be recording for this ahead of time. All right. The reads that take place in this room are no questions asked. But if you come to my Thursday room, it's questions all around and everyone gets a reading. We have raindrops. Take a chance on them. Card 39. And it's really cute. It's two people sharing an umbrella. So imagine you just got your hair done. Whatever. You got new color in there. You got Kool-Aid in your hair, and that rain is going to have it all running down your face. So you run over to this perfect stranger and say, hey, I'm about to have a Kool-Aid fallout. Can I get under your umbrella? And they're like, yeah. So taking a chance on raindrops, to me, it's taking a chance in doing what you are going to do, doing what you want to do, doing what you think you should do. Because instead of harming yourself or harming others, you're bringing joy to yourself and you're bringing joy to others. Raindrops, take a chance on them. Take a chance on something that you know won't hurt you, but you might not see the immediate benefit in either. Take a chance. Go do it for the experience. Not sure if zip lining is going to bring a lot to your life. Is it going to take anything from it? Then go do it. And that is your heart good enough for it? Does your wallet have enough fat in it to cover that expense? There's a lot to look at. It's not just, ooh, yay, fun. No, can I afford it? Okay. That's why tarot's so fun. But raindrops are good. Take that chance. Do that thing. Say that word. Remember that phrase. Open that door. Walk that road. Okay, tarot backs us up with 7 of Swords, 5 of Cups. Really? And 4 Wands. All right. 7 of Swords. So raindrops, take a chance on them. And it is like having a conversation off the cuff or smiling at someone if that's not your normal demeanor. You're not normally going to be walking around, you know, that movie Smile, that horror movie. Anyway, but you can do things that are outside of your comfort zone. You can also choose not to. But would you ever want to be in a position where you're being forced? Imagine that everything that is your choice right now, you simply won't have or will be forced to do in the future. Would you like to learn how to do it so it's that much easier in the future? I would. So in that case, if I look at all of my opportunities as much more than something I can pass on and rather something that I would like to experience, it's all in the phrasing, then that's going to help me. And regardless of why I want to do something, not so much regardless, but asking why I want to do something is important, but it shouldn't stop me from doing it. Am I trying to talk myself out of a situation? If that's the case, then reevaluate how you're speaking to yourself. The 5 of Cups followed by the 4 of Wands. It's a little bit weird because it's like a moment of despair followed by a moment of celebration. Like this. Say, oh, I want to make this a big one. I want to make this big. Okay, I got the idea of 2 different scenarios. One takes place in a haunted house and one takes place with a woman screaming in the background. They're kind of the same. So what it showed me first was you're walking through a room and you knock over a vase or something like that and it breaks. And you have this moment of 5 of Cups, fear, anger, anxiety, uncertainty, not knowing what to do, or what has actually just happened could be a little bit of a blur too. You're sitting in that moment and it's not good. Your 5 of Cups moment was watching that vase fall from the table, hit the ground, the sound of cracking glass, and the debris that spreads across the floor. And then we move immediately into 4 of Wands, a card of celebration. Now, this is where your clarity kicks in. This is where you come to be logical in the situation and stop blaming yourself. Shit happens. And when you look down at the debris that is now scattered across the floor, you see diamonds embedded in the soil. You just found $12 million in diamonds. So yes, you did knock over a vase. It did shatter. You were sad and then saw beyond the immediate moment at the benefit of what you've done. Even situations like you crash your car, your dog gets sick, even situations that just don't look good, there can be something there that you can find that will be good. You've got to look for it. You actually have to find it yourself. No one's going to fucking come up and give you a special magical umbrella that highlights the world for you because you already have that umbrella. All right, Steve, that was your reading. Overall, the message I was getting is that you're a massive badass, a wonderful alchemizer, and a true magician. And whatever you see happen in this world, you get to put your own flavor on it. Put that shit in a stew and see how it tastes. Add some salt. Go for it. Put some
Well,
saffron in
I have a comment.
there. Yeah.
Well, there's two ways you're looking at other people's behavior to bother you. I mean, the primal is I'm going to defend myself. I can't control them. Okay. The other part is a compassion part. You care about them. You recognize their suffering, but realizing it's and someone's in a state of mind that it's extremely difficult to relieve them of what their history of what they're going on, even if they were willing.
Mhm.
So uh, I think I want to be at peace with it. I don't want to extend energy out like that. I can care about them, give them space, uh, and it doesn't help to me to spending a lot of time thinking about the problems of other people or energy. You care, but you know. So that's sort of the way I look at it.
Yeah. One of my mantras, I do not control the actions of others. I've shared that with you before. I know it's true. And I do not control the actions of others, right? That's a truth for me. That's one of my mantras, a saying that I use daily to help me navigate life. So if I go into a situation going, I am going to control everyone in this room, everyone will do what I want, and you're going to act like how I want you to act. What the hell is that? That doesn't work. Life doesn't happen that way. So when someone acts in a way that while you wish you could help, and you actually, maybe you think, I see a way out of this. I think this would be beneficial. If they're not willing to listen, it doesn't really matter. But more important than anything else, I do not control the actions of others. It doesn't matter if me giving them a $20 bill right now would potentially help them get gas in their car if they're only going to turn around and go buy Twinkies at the Tom Thumb grocery store. You know what I mean? It's not going to work unless they want it to work. I can't control their actions. I also have zero fucking desire to control someone else's actions. Also, something else that I say to myself, I'm not here to convince. If that's how they want to live their life, that is how they're going to live their life. And I speak through personal experience. I have put my body through the fucking ringer. Better now. Lot more self-love going on in this cadaver. I mean container. But it's still the idea, like this works for me. This is chaos. This shit works for me. I don't expect it to work for anyone else the way that I do things. But yeah, go ahead. You do you. You do your thing. You know. But yeah, I agree with you. They're gonna do what they want. That doesn't mean I abandon them. That doesn't mean that I stop sitting next to them or holding their hand or listening to their sadness or their joy. But I'm not here to change them. I mean, that's hubris. I wouldn't know what to make them into.
Yeah, because I want to be uh, like the hummingbird. Uh, I'm going to protect my joy,
Mhm.
but I will care about the other person, help them wherever I can, but uh, not let him to disturb my daily peace all day long.
Yes, because really outside of like maybe medication that's off or a traumatic moment that we're recovering from, there is zero reason for people to actively upset the world of other people. Like we just don't need to do that, like in a bad way. Um, I play devil's advocate constantly, so I'm like maybe they're off their meds. We're having a few rough days, but otherwise, yeah, no, that's not what. If they really think they were put on this fucking planet to ruin someone else's life, they have a horrible existence. There's just no helping them. There's nothing. I don't think anyone could do anything for them until they decide that they were here for their own well-being. And I think that it's possible for them to come to like a moment of if I'm here for myself, then why did I act in this way for all of my life? How did that benefit me? How did that help me? Have I actually been living life for me, or have I been living it for what other people wanted me to live it for? Those are some scary moments that we come to sometimes. But
I
okay.
want
Uh-huh.
to show a new deck I got. It's called Tarot of the Unexplained.
I don't have that.
And it's like unexplained events like UFOs, and it's divided into saucers and ghosts. And
Wait. Wait. That might be the one I just bought, but I thought that was unknown. I just bought one. Hold on. Well, I haven't actually. We are still recording, but I think the people at home deserve to know about new tarot decks. Um, hold on. Yeah, I think I have that. What is the fool? What's the fool? The fool is the magician. The remote
no,
viewer.
the fool is the ghost stalker.
That's it. I got that one. The fool is the ghost stalker. The magician is the remote viewer. I looked at those two cards and I was like, what? This is gonna be a good deck. Cannot find
Yeah.
it. Can't find my deck.
Oh, it's I can't wait to work with it.
Yeah, same here. I'm very excited. You're gonna bring it to our interstellar meetup on Mondays? That
Oh, huh, huh.
would be fun. That would be fun. All right. Well, we're 5 minutes till, Steve. This has been an absolute freaking joy. And I'm so happy we're ending not past time. Thank you. For Wands moment. Thank you. And I'll be back Thursday. I hope to see you then. And I will yeah, bring that deck. Let me know how that deck feels. I haven't started reading with it yet, but I'm very excited. Um, all right, and then once AZ comes off of vacation, I'll see you over there too. All
Okay.
right.